Hello and welcome. You're watching Parliament News with me, Bharati. Let's get started with the Lok Sabha proceedings. The Bihar government came under sharp attack in the Lok Sabha today for lathi charge on Dalit students, with members demanding CBI probe into the incident. They said that action must be taken against those responsible for giving order for such brutal attack on protesting students. Raising the matter during 0 hour, Lok Janshakti Party member Chirag Paswan said that students were holding a march to Bihar Assembly yesterday to protest against reduction in scholarship for college fees when they were lathi charged, resulting in many of them being injured, 2 of them being critical. He said that the lathi charge happened near the statue of Lok Nayak Jayaprakash Narayan, from whom the ruling Mahagathbandhan government of Bihar claims to take inspiration from. He demanded a CBI probe into the incident and action against those responsible for the lathi charge. Rajesh Ranjan alias Pappu Yadav of the Jan Adhikar Party also flagged the Bihar government and said that founder of the Indian Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's statue was broken in the state. He criticized the state government for behaving in a fascist manner by arresting even parents of people in whose house liquor is found. Congress member Dipender Huda pointed out that during the police recruitment drive in Haryana recently, 13,000 youth were made to run empty stomach for 5 kilometers on road in extreme heat condition, due to which 4 of them died of exhaustion and thousands hospitalized. He demanded a probe into the matter and said that compensation must be paid to the families of the dead youth. BJP member Kirit Sumaya said that in view of the bridge collapse on Mumbai-Goa highway, the government should conduct the structural audit of all the railway overbridges to assess their strength, and if there is need, they should be reconstructed. BJP member Yogi Adityanath flagged the Uttar Pradesh government for rising incidents of crime against women. He said that the situation is very bad in the state as incidents of murder, rape and kidnapping are increasing. However, Samajwadi Party members protested against it, shouting on crimes in Haryana, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, about which the BJP member is silent. BJP member Sharad Tiwari said that Uttar Pradesh has many places of tourist importance connected to Kashi, Kabir, Ram and Buddha, for whose development the centre is ready to provide funds, but the state government was not interested. It is taking no steps to develop their tourism that would have led to employment generation. His party colleague Jagdambika Pal demanded that some of the relics of Buddha from National Museum in the capital be shifted to the museum in Kapilvastu, the birthplace of Gautam Buddha, to attract more tourists there. Congress member K.C. Venugopal expressed shock and disgust over the disrespect shown to the mortal remains of security force personnel, as many times bodies of dead personnel are sent naked and wrapped in plastic without embalming. He urged Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh to look into these incidents and take measures to rectify the situation. Congress member Rajiv Satab said that 9th of August has been marked by United Nations as Day of Indigenous People, so India should also celebrate the day meant for tribals at block, district and state level by declaring a national holiday. Professor K.V. Thomas highlighted the frequent call drops and urged the government to take measures to check them. He said that people have apprehensions about the adverse health impact of mobile towers, so the government must take steps to create awareness about it. Dr. Sanjay Jaiswal said that the priority sector lending by banks is not reaching small and marginal farmers, but tea and rubber plantations. This leads to farmers being under financial distress and commit suicide. Initiating the debate on supplementary demands for grants in respect of the general budget, K.C. Venugopal of the Congress criticized the government for not increasing allocation for flagship programs like Manrega and Food Security Scheme. He also flagged the government for rising prices of essential commodities despite the price of petrol and crude oil decreasing in the international market. Trinamool Congress leader Abhishek Banerjee also criticized the government for failing on Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan and other schemes. Bharati Mehtab of the BJD also criticized the government for favouring corporate sector. However, BJP member Hukum Singh lauded the government for providing LPG to 5 crore poor families. Let's now take a look at what happened in the Rajya Sabha today. The government today told Rajya Sabha that Saudi Arabia has agreed to give exit visas to hundreds of Indian workers rendered jobless there and will send them back home at its own expense. Making a suo motu statement, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj said that Saudi Arabia has also agreed to provide free medical facility and food to Indian workers stranded in camps and also allow those eligible to seek re-employment with other companies. She said her deputy VK Singh was camping in Saudi Arabia since Tuesday evening and will return after formalizing the arrangements for the Indian workers. Swaraj said she was happy to inform the House that the Saudi ruler has taken note of the plight of Indian workers. The Saudi king has instructed the officials to resolve the issue in 2 days, she added. Saudi Arabia has also offered to transport the workers to India, and Government of India will not have to spend a penny on that. Before departing, the Indian workers will register their claims of unpaid salaries and other dues with the Labour Office of Saudi Arabia. Indian Embassy in Riyadh will follow up with the Labour Office of Saudi Arabia to get all the dues of workers cleared, she said. Thanking the Saudi ruler, she said that this was possible because of the personal and diplomatic relationship struck by Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his recent visit to the Islamic nation. Leader of opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad complimented the Indian and Saudi governments for reaching a solution on the issue. In the 0 hour mentions, Congress said central projects had been closed down in Rai Bareli and Amethi, the Lok Sabha constituencies of Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi respectively, and accused the government of indulging in politics of vendetta. The charge was rejected by Minister for Urban Development and Venkaiah Naidu. Raising the issue, Pramod Tiwari of the Congress said that a branch of Rajiv Gandhi Indian Institute of Information Technology in Amethi has been closed down. He further said that during the last 2 years, a food park project was stopped. Hindustan Paper Mill in Jagdishpur closed down, as also a discovery park meant for farmers. He also alleged that while BJP was talking of Congress Mukt Bharat, the Congress Free India, it was also trying to close down institutions in the names of Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi. His party colleague Rajiv Shukla, while supporting Tiwari, made an apparent reference to the electoral loss of Smriti Irani against Rahul in Amethi, saying it has been observed that this government was working with a sense of revenge. Leader of opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad joined in, saying that in the last 2 years, if so many central projects were closed down in the constituency of Congress President and Vice President, it forces the Congress to think what is the reason. He said there could be political differences between the two parties, but no one should act with vendetta against the people. Responding to the Congress charges, Naidu said that the government was not trying to take any revenge. He said the food park project was closed down during UPA rule. Regarding other projects, Naidu said he would bring it to the notice of ministers concerned and will ask them to explain to Congress the reasons and the background. KK Rajesh of the CPIM said that the Union Labour Ministry, in a retrograde step, had denotified 226 depots of Food Corporation of India to bring back labour contract system. Ahmed Hassan of the Trinamool Congress said that Alliance Air, a subsidiary of Air India, has drastically reduced its services in the northeast. Tapan Kumar Sen of the CPIM demanded that services of Alliance Air should be restored. Rajya Sabha today witnessed a face-off between opposition and government over dismissal of Congress dispensations in Arunachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, bringing into close scrutiny the role of governors. The main opposition party alleged trampling of democracy by the BJP-led government, which hit back by reminding that Congress had butchered democracy by misusing Article 356 about 100 times. Congress pressed for a statement by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the issue, since he talks of cooperative federalism. The clash took place as the House took up a discussion on developments in Uttarakhand and Arunachal Pradesh, leading to change in governments there and the role of governors in the respective states. What happened in the two states was a brazen violation of the constitution and insult to democracy, said Deputy Leader of Congress Anand Sharma while initiating the debate. What happened in Arunachal Pradesh late last year, followed by Uttarakhand in January this year, shocked the country and invited censure of the Supreme Court and High Court of Uttarakhand, he said. Questioning the role of governors, the former minister said that he or she is not supposed to interfere in day-to-day functioning or take unilateral decisions. He alleged that the governors in both the states willingly became tools to pursue nefarious agenda of the ruling party. Citing the Supreme Court orders on the dismissal of governments in these two states, Sharma asked why no action was taken against Uttarakhand governor. Urban Development Minister M. Venkaiah Naidu intervened to say that it is the devil quoting the scriptures. This was objected to by the Congress, after which Deputy Chairman P.J. Kurian said that he will examine whether it fell under unparliamentary language. Naidu asked whether the Congress party has any moral right to raise this when it has misused Article 356 at least 90 to 100 times. Justifying the imposition of President's rule in Arunachal Pradesh and then in Uttarakhand, Naidu said there was constitutional crisis there at that time. Naidu said such a situation arose due to internal squabbling within the Congress party. It was a problem within the Congress and the centre was compelled to step in because of the constitutional breakdown, he said. After Naidu's intervention, Derek O'Brien of the Trinamool Congress raised a point of order under Rule 261 on use of devil preachers scripture remark. To this, Kurian said, I will examine this. Soon after this, Prabhat Jha of the BJP said that the Congress had no right to charge in fact the BJP, as this was the party which had sterilized unmarried youth during emergency. This provoked protests by members from the Congress. Amid the din, Jha said that the Congress has no right on this issue as it has imposed President's rule as many as 123 times, and barring the two newly carved states, Telangana and Chhattisgarh, no other state has been spared from it. There was ruckus in the House when Jha said that during the emergency 2 lakh people had been jailed and there was rampant violation of the constitution, with the government even censoring the media. Kurian then urged members to restore peace. As the Congress members continued to protest, Kurian warned that he would adjourn the House if the members failed to restore peace and sit down, allowing the House to conduct business. The altercation between members of the two major political parties escalated to such an extent that the chair had to reprimand Congress member Muhammad Ali Khan and even threatened that the House would be adjourned for the day if the debate continues in a disorderly way. The deputy chairman told Anand Sharma that if he could not control his members, he would apply Rule 255, which provides for a suspension of a member. He also admonished Khan. Order was then restored in the House. Neeraj Shekhar of the Samajwadi Party said that BJP was committing the same mistakes that Congress had done and wanted an apology from both the parties for misuse of Article 356. Vijila Satyanant of the IADMK condemned the actions of governors in Uttarakhand and Arunachal Pradesh and called upon the president to remove them. Shikhendu Shekhar Roy of the Trinamool Congress sought a review of the appointment of governors and demanded putting in place of eligibility and qualification criteria for selection. Ramnath Thakur of the JDU said that both Congress and BJP have committed mistakes and asked if strict action would be taken against violators of the constitution. When Minister of State for Home Affairs Kiran Rijiju rose to reply to the debate, Congress members protested and created a ruckus, alleging that he could not speak as he was involved in dismissal of government in Arunachal Pradesh. Rijiju was speaking in the absence of Home Minister Rajnath Singh, who was on a visit to Pakistan. Amid the din, he said the Congress governments had dismissed so many state governments over the decades. As pandemonium continued, Kurian adjourned the House for the day. With that, we come to the close of this edition of Parliament News. Sansad Samachar is up next. Stay tuned for that.